must have had a newer edition. Because I remember when I read it in college, that notes from Maestro Virelli wasn't there. Never. All of it tutti, it was too good to be true, I knew it. Funny thing is, when I was reading the parts about him being in the shoebox home, I imagined this place. I mean, now that I think about it, it has the same length and width of a home that looks like a shoebox. Well then, let's wait for the author to appear. But no, seriously, I think we need to consider what you meant by that statement. I don't think I understand. What do you mean by that? The fact that you imagined the shoebox home to be my office, I don't know how to say it in English clearly. It could mean that you don't really, you don't really broaden your horizons enough. I tried to though, I really did. And I even followed your advice from last week about how I should make ends meet with my YouTube channel, you know. I had this plan for an homage to one of my earlier YouTube series that I had. But then my mind made a complete 180 on me and just reminded me of the challenges that I faced while doing those types of videos, and then also just remind me of the fact that I was reading the book, which turned out to be AI slot. So you thought about what could be possible, only for your mind to commit self-sabotage? Maybe? Allora. This may be the problem, right here. Qui. The way I see it, you're putting yourself out of certain situations, perché you think el miglior, like, do you think you're better off like that? You think it's better off? What it's doing is you're putting limitations on your imagination, and it could harm your creativity. It could harm your the creative side of your mind. So what do you think I should do? The project guidelines said you could do a vlog. Davvero? Yes. Yeah? Think about it. You're in Rome, you have camera equipment, the possibilities are endless. I mean, how could you not even consider it? Right. But I mean, I get it, but what can I do with a city that speaks for itself? What can I say other than, oh, look at the Pantheon, oh, look at Colosseo, oh, look at Circo Maximo, oh, look, it's etc. Like, how can I do something unique with this type of city in the span of 40 minutes without boring people? That's what worries me a little bit. È vero, that's true, but the thing is that with the hidden creativity, you don't realize you have it until you've gone out into the world and realized what kind of inspiration you can get from the surroundings. Look, I know you're trying to help and all that, but like, I have been outside of my own home, right? Like, I haven't been keeping myself hostage just to finish this thing. I've been to the store for food. I've gone to the bank just to get everything sorted out financially. Actually, you know what? Now that I realize it, I live a boring life. Like, I haven't been out in for the longest time. At least that's what it feels like. You know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt. You know, that's just me. You're doing your job, right? It was the last time you went around the Borghese Gardens and felt at peace with nature. It was the last time you saw Pantheon and witnessed its beauty. When was the last time you went around the Fontana dei Trevi without having to worry about the pickpocketers or letting the heat or the crowds get in the way of your enjoyment? Ascolta. The less you think about how this could go, and the more you think about the good that could come out of this, the better. And those things you mentioned, you don't have to limit yourself. You could talk about the hidden corners, you know, the ones that tourists always miss. You've been here a while, have you? All my life. I know. So then what should I do then? Should I just like go the normal vlog route, or should I just go absolute Rick Steves on the whole thing?
Qui?
Rick Steves, you know, he's a guy that kind of like travels around Europe and stuff. He did a show in Rome at one point.
Oh. Okay. How you do this is up to you at this point. Chad, it's your project, remember?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Though he realized that years ago he did do a video on Rome. He was 12 years old at the time of filming, however, so the final product appeared mediocre.
The Colosseum was sometimes flooded so that they could do pretend sea battles.
That's right. I need some better inspiration. And who better than...
Rome is huge, complex, and endlessly entertaining. And this is one of 3 episodes we dedicate to the Eternal City.
What is he doing indeed?
Episode, classical Rome, once the capital of the West.
Find out.
We'll marvel at the biggies, the Colosseum, the pen. We explore this grand city was so rich in art and culture in a more interesting way. With dogs. Look at this. Yeah, how are you? Shut up.
It's over?
Even with the inspiration in front of him, SwiftVideoable decided to just do whatever. With the side of the things he learned from Rick Steves.
You know what? I'll just do whatever. This access over here on my right is the entrance to the barque here, or the zoo. But it's also the entrance to the Borghese Gardens, one of many entrances here in Rome.
Sorry about that.
Just need some water. Anyway, or comunque, as they say in Italy. The Borghese Gardens spans throughout the entire city, even leading to some of the most popular places here, the most popular vias and piazzas right here. For example, did you know that a 60-minute walk will guarantee you Piazza del Popolo? Quick little side note for first timers, water, it's gonna get really hot, especially towards the afternoon, and pickpockets. Be aware of those, especially. Keep your pockets protected, because you never know what's gonna happen to your belongings. You might think that in a city full of preserved antiquity, there wouldn't be too much construction going on or too much restructuring. Alas, during your visit, you might see, even hear, a lot of that going down. Regardless, you shouldn't let that stop you from witnessing what this city has to offer.
I like the whole day long.
Things like having your hair cut, eating gelato?
Yes, and I like to sit at a sidewalk cafe and look in shop windows, Walk in the rain. Have fun and maybe some excitement. Doesn't mean much to you, does it?
It's great.
Oh, no, no. It's all in my mind. Oh, no, no. All in my mind. Oh, no, no. It's all in my mind.
And what would a visit to Rome be without seeing the Pantheon? There's some who just because look, can't even get the whole thing. Or the Fontana di Trevi. Pretty much the same thing here. And who could forget the Colosseum? Two things you need to know about going to the Colosseum. Book your tickets well in advance, so that way you have a spot early. And two, get here as early as possible, preferably in the early morning, 6 or 7. Because it gets crowded really, really fast.
Oh, no, no. It's all in my mind. Oh, no, no. All in my mind. Oh, no, no. It's all in my mind. Oh, no, no. All in my mind.
I also managed to stumble upon Circus Maximus, or Circo Massimo in Italian. It used to be one of the largest stadiums in all of ancient Rome. Now it's just a park for everybody to stroll around or read or do all that. On occasion it does hold concerts though, i.e. the Travis Scott concert that was held 2 years ago, I believe. Much like the Borghese Gardens, it also covers a lot in square meters. You ever seen Lawrence of Arabia? Never mind. After a while, I decided to stop at this one gelateria that actually had some pretty good stuff. I got some stracciatella and some chocolate, and needless to say, I could see myself coming back. It's pretty good. I usually got back by bus in the Barberini region near Trevi, but I would suggest taking a taxi too if you want an efficient way of getting around. Allora, I can say that you're almost there with this, really. Not because you only have 20 minutes, but also there are some inconsistencies I think you should keep in mind. So you mean to tell me that I spent 4 hours recording the entire city, only to find there are some inconsistencies throughout the entire thing? Yeah, that's great. Can I be honest with you? Yes, please. Enlighten me. You didn't offer too many places for lunch or for gelato or anything like that. And even if you did, you'd offered a very, very bad description or review. There were some audio issues that I noticed, because there are some times when I can't even hear what that wasn't even my fault though. Let me finish. Ascoltami. Okay? And you discussed the major monuments without discussing why they were important. Historically. I mean, I looked into that, the Rick Steves that you mentioned last week. Niente, nothing like what you do here. But who wants to hear about the history, though? Like, I've said this over and over, like, the city speaks for itself. Really? Yes. Then tell me, how long did the Roman Republic last? I mean, wow. I'm surprised, really. Even someone who's lived here for 5 months would have answered that. Chet, didn't you take a course in European history? Hello? You don't have to rub it in. Allora, what I'm trying to say is that you should have done some planning, some research and planning. It's all on the internet. It would have helped you on your excursion too. Chet, I mean, the way I see it, the film school, the people at the film school would expect better from you, especially considering the fact that that you've lived here and studied for more than 2 years. I almost got pickpocketed. Twice.
I brought a water bottle with me, although it kept getting warmer and warmer because of the heat, and I kept shooting time lapse after time lapse, even though my hand kept hurting, and all you can give me is how to research and organize. As if I don't know how to do that. Complain, complain, complain. That's all I ever hear from you. All I ever hear from the very first moment you stepped in my office, all you've done is complain. You keep claiming to take things seriously, and yet you don't seem to put much effort, or like you keep doubting yourself too much. I just don't understand. I'm pretty sure you know how to research and organize. That's the reason why you have a high school diploma. Ma c'è... You don't, you never, it's like you never put those skills up to the test. Like you don't challenge yourself enough. This is stuff you need to figure out. I can't give you the answer all the time. I just don't have the patience to do it again, let alone start the whole thing all over. You wanted to hear my thoughts, and I gave them to you. I don't know what you expected from me. Well, for starters, I expect you to diagnose me with something, like explain all the psychoanalytic terminology that a common person such as I wouldn't normally understand. Davvero? Yeah, you're a doctor, right? I mean, this shouldn't be rocket science to you people. I believe our time is up. Hopefully, we see each other next week. Have a good one. No, we're not. We still have another 20 minutes. I'm starting early with another patient. Okay. Who would this other patient be? Who would this other patient be? That is none of your business, okay? Have a good one. But who... Out! Allora, I am the other patient. I don't have anybody else after you. I need some time for myself on days like this. See, I'm a therapist, davvero. I usually have a harder time dealing with the stress and impacts of my job. You're funny, you know that? You kicking me out for your selfish needs. I've seen people like you before. But usually I have to pay a little bit less in admission. How would you like to see a magic trick with this mirror? I don't like where this is going. I know. Get out of my office! Or call the police! Okay, I'm going. And don't come back, okay? Non torna qui! Che brutto! Senza cuore!
I don't think you get the concept of rape. It's not a game.
I'm pregnant! Hello?
You said you'd call.
What?
You said you'd call whenever you had time for yourself. Of course, I should have known better. I knew this was going to happen.
Sorry, can you just pull a thought? Could you elaborate on that just a little bit? Thing is, I guess I took a nap, and now I've only just gotten up. So, like...
I don't need to elaborate. I don't need to give a reason better than the one I've already given. You said you'd call and you never did. Frankly, I've never been so mad.
Mad at what?
I mean, it hasn't been that long ago since I last called you.
So 5 weeks hasn't felt like years for you? Because for me it has.
Come on, you know how time is, for me.
There we go with time again. I don't know why it still hasn't gone through your thick skull.
And what is this thing that hasn't gone through?
The fact that you feel like you don't have any time because you don't make any for yourself. You know how much time I spend giving to you, my friends, my family? And so I don't understand why you can't just do the same. What is it about this project that is so important that you just disassociate from everyone?
I want this school to have a clear view of my identity and my tastes, who I am and what I value as a person.
And to achieve it, you just have to treat everyone like chopped liver? Like your needs are better than mine?
It's not like that. How's your grandma?
You put absolutely no energy or care into this relationship, and the first thing you can think of is, how is my grandma? Are you kidding?
How is she?
She's fine. Healthy. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened yet, thankfully.
Has she been watering her begonias?
Yeah, of course.
Good. Good.
If you don't mind me asking, what does this have to do with anything?
Well, I mean, think about it. If she could balance two things at once, you know, her charity work, like her charity work at the retirement home, and her begonias, like, what's wrong with me doing the same, right? Or wait a minute. Yeah. Listen, I want to make this work. I want to make both our relationship and this other thing work out at the same time. Because you're right. I haven't been giving my best efforts lately, and I haven't been paying enough attention.
Tell me something I don't know.
You can't collect seaweed in New Hampshire?
What?
Well, I mean, you said, tell you something you don't know, right? And I thought I'd turn into a joke, like, hee hee ha ha.
That makes no sense. And I'm still mad.
Really?
Okay, maybe just a little.
I'll try to make things work out this week, and then...
And what? What?
Hey, listen, I gotta call you back, alright? Something just came up.
No. No, don't do this. If you hang up, I'll... You know what? Go ahead. Do whatever you need to do. I guess I'll just sit here waiting.
Okay. I'll see you then.
Bye.
Hello? Hello?
A news photographer whose beat used to be the world. Right now, his world has shrunk down to the size of this window. He's been watching the people across the way. Nobody seems to pull their blinds during a hot spell like this. He knows a lot about them by now. Too much, perhaps. For instance, down there on the second floor, the woman pacing about. He calls her Miss Lonely Heart.
Bless you.
So lonely that even
Thank you.
death seems
Oh,
friend.
dude, you scared me.
These are the
Alright, you ever knock? Duke? Duke of Halloween? In the flesh. Welcome to my humble abode, or no, it's actually mine, and it's also belongs to Chubbs over there. Listen, Sapphire. We're on a spaceship set. I don't understand. What are you doing here? Why are you here? Well, Chubbs and I were thinking we may be of use in your film project, you know, the one that you've been dealing with for the past 5 weeks. And what else?
Oh yeah, also we represent the repressed side of your psyche that wants to manifest itself, but can't because of a little thing called societal standards. You know, that those things. Wait, this is all a dream, right? Oh yeah, man. Definitely. No, wait, don't wake up. Don't wake up. I wasn't going to. I don't even think I can. Yeah, but don't, because there's something extremely important I gotta tell you. Like very important. Duke, what could be more important than the relationships I've tainted with people and this film project that's probably gonna be going nowhere by the time September rolls around? See, that's the problem. That's the problem right there, man. You're giving this too much thought that you can't even consider the next step, or any step for that matter. You sound just like my therapist, you know that? The one that needs English lessons. And I don't mean need, like dire need, like he needs them. How do you even know that? Look around you, my dude. This is all a dream. This is all part of your mind. The same mind, in fact, that reads a book and then imagines a room just like this. With no alterations, no nothing, just carbon copy. Or maybe one of the scenes from Gone with the Wind. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, this is all because you can't live life like a real creative. And maybe you do live life like that, but for whatever reason, you just refuse to regurgitate what you've learned or what you've experienced, or like use that to go beyond what you can do, what the limits can give you. All right, I get it. I live in Rome. I'm having the time of my life. I'm lucky to even be here, especially in a world, when we live in a world that's so unforgiving. You know, for once in my life, I'd like to feel as if there's more to my identity than Rome. Or than being an expatriate. You know, feeling as if, more than feeling as if I have to film where I am, like everywhere I go. Or else I'll never make any lasting memories, or I'll forget that the place even existed, or that people will never know that it's on some sort of, or will even, you know, I want to feel as if more than the fact that I have to vlog, or I have to get better equipment. Only to find that a mere 1,000% of people, or less, witness its glory. I want more than that. I want to feel more than that. Dude, I'm sorry for yelling at you. I've just been so stressed out lately. I can't even, I don't even know what to do anymore. Not to sound like one of them music biopics, but you've changed, man. And I don't mean that in a good sense. When is it ever used in a good sense? You know what? Whatever. I'll shut up. Say what you gotta say. I don't remember when you started this whole YouTube thing. It was about a month after you moved out of Florida for the first time, just leaving the US. Sounds about right. And just to let people know that you still existed, I guess. You created all this. You know, you did what you wanted, and you occasionally took in suggestions from people. And it wasn't in like a weird way that you just did what they wanted. You just kind of did it like they deserved to see it. That was the beauty of it. You were just being yourself. And people loved you and supported you, despite the fact that you were severely flawed. But then you grew up. And for whatever reason, you focused more on what you could create, what you could control, instead of what you could do to better yourself, or have a better state of mind or well-being. As well as the fact that outside the camera, outside that fiction you were putting out year after year, you had a much better life. You had way more interesting stories to tell. So what are you trying to say?
You say that your life and your identity is much more than being an expat, when you're forgetting that life's more complicated and nonsensical than the order you were trying to put in. Your vision doesn't have to be completely void of logic, and it doesn't have to completely emulate reality, because the world goes through wild changes every single day. Your life too is often involved in those changes, but you at least have to have something to say or express. And that is what creativity is all about. And I bet you've realized how many people have seen you for what you are outside of the skits and the mindless entertainment you put out yearly. I just hope that you know that whether they be good or bad, you have a lot of interesting stories to tell. You've lived life and fathomed its chaos. You have the inspiration. You just gotta know what to do with it. You just gotta stop thinking. Stop being hesitant or reluctant or whatever you want to call it. You just gotta go with it.
Will the vision be as flawed as you are? Maybe. I can't tell you that simply because I don't know. But one thing's for sure. It's better to create something and be criticized for it rather than create nothing and criticize others. Wait, if this is all a dream, then how come you know all this stuff? Like, how come you know better than me? Well, all I know is that people always tell you this stuff, but you never really taken the time to internalize it or, like, you know, think about the real solutions. I don't know, that's all I can think about. Why don't you sit down? Okay. What do you want? Watching. Oh, it's some Studio Ghibli movie. Which one? The first one? Castle in the Sky? Yeah. Okay.
Hi there, my name's Patsu. I'm really glad to see you doing all right. You had me worried there. Go ahead.
Hey, you know what I was thinking while you were lecturing me earlier? What? What if I do this? Everything up until this point, you know, the book, the vlog, the sessions with my therapist, this dream, why don't I just do that for the film?
Thank you very much for saving me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Sheeta.
Sheeta?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, I had to catch you.
Why didn't she think of that earlier?
Floating?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't see the potential for it until now.
But I can't remember anything else.
That's all you remember.
Wait, another question about this, and I promise I'll shut up. If this is all a dream, then how come I fell awake during that call with my girl?
Oh, you were awake during that, and that noise you heard, I don't know where it came from, but it wasn't me.
Oh, so when will I wake up?
As soon as Chubbs gets his daily dose of substantial knowledge.
Okay. What?
Book, the vlog, the sessions with my therapist, this dream. Why don't I just do that for the film?
fees, that means you never have to return your movies. I'm thinking to myself,
Dude, I don't think you get the concept of rent. It's not a gift. But we can take an extra week to return.
Video diary. What is it? 3? Video diary 3. I'm now walking up to Parque Borghese. So this one entrance near home. So just for a walk. I like going out for a walk today. It's been about a couple weeks, maybe almost a month since I finished that film project for the school. They loved it, by the way. Staff, teachers, they all praised it. And now they've expected a lot more of me. In fact, that it's been getting a little harder for me to bring my vision to life, you know, with all these courses like Scriptwriting 101 and all these mini projects that I've had to do over those past couple of weeks. So, but have I shied away from doing anything important or interesting for time's sake? I don't know where I'm going with this. Maybe a backstory will help. Long ago, when I was just a teeny tiny little human being, my family and I went to this one wedding in Boston. This wedding for a family friend of ours. We were waiting at the chapel for what felt like hours and hours. And the family friend who was the bride, she came out in this beautiful white dress. And I don't remember this happening, but when I met that same friend this year at another wedding, she claimed that at some point I was just shouting, or no, not shouting, I was just saying, "You're so beautiful, you're so beautiful," and then everybody in there was just laughing. It was just a real wholesome moment. She loved it. It, needless to say, made her day. It's getting hot on this side. Maybe I'll go over there. I don't know, maybe it was because I was little and, you know, kids at that age are just trying to look for attention and all that, but that ability to just do something, like be confident about it, not have to worry about how other people will react, that I feel like that's what I've been missing for a while. At least that's what that dream was trying to tell me, that dream from long ago. I mean, that effort to just do something, make an effort at something without hesitation. It didn't have to be perfect. I haven't felt that way in a long time, to be honest with you. Adolescence just made me too self-conscious and self-aware. You know, it felt more like freedom when, in fact, just felt more like a prison for my creativity, my identity. What I'm trying to say is I have learned to be confident with myself again, how to forgive myself for my past mistakes, in general, just to find some peace, harmony, balance, even stuff like that. Though I realize that there is still a lot left to learn, I am trying to take it day by day, just trying to be patient with it. Am I afraid of the future? Yes, I'm heavily anxious about every day about the unexpected that might come from the sum of my actions. I'm not in control of it, however, because that's what life is. Doing what I do best and hoping for the best to come. And if the best doesn't come, after all,
tomorrow is a new day.